Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're doing a deep dive on an absolute fan favorite from my singing monsters. You know him, you love him, it's the four-armed cellist himself, the Bowgart. Okay, so let's just start with this one line from its official bio, because it's just so wonderfully weird. It perfectly sets the tone for this monster, right? So what is the deal with this puddle-loving musician? Let's find out. All right, first things first. Who is this four-armed cellist? Let's get right into it. So, at its most basic level, the Bowgart is a triple-element natural monster. It's actually one of the first ones you can get, becoming available pretty early at level 9. You'll find it laying down some awesome tracks on islands like Plant Island and Cold Island. And honestly, it's a super important part of their songs. I mean, you know a Bowgart when you see one, right? The design is just so iconic. You've got the forearms, which is brilliant because it lets them play these really complex parts at the same time. Then there's the whole blue, two-legged look. And, of course, the coolest part, those giant horns. And get this, it actually sheds them to make its own cello. How cool is that? Okay, so you've seen him, you've heard him. Now for the #1 question on every player's mind. How do you breed one? Luckily, the process is pretty simple. As soon as you hit player level 9, you're good to go. All you gotta do is pick 2 monsters that between them have the plant, water, and cold elements. Now, you could use a few different combinations, but trust me, the community has figured out the best one. Furcorn and Toejammer. It's the most efficient way to do it. Just a heads up, you're gonna have to be a little patient. A successful breed takes a full 12 hours by default. Of course, you can speed that up if you've got an enhanced breeding structure, but otherwise, yeah, settle in for a bit of a wait. Okay, and this is why that Furcorn and Toejammer combo is so genius. Here's the pro tip. If the breeding fails, what do you get? A Toejammer. And how long does a Toejammer take to breed? Like a minute. So your breeding structure is free almost instantly, and you can just try again right away. It's a total game changer, saves you so much time. All right, let's talk about the music, because that's where the Bowgart really shines. It's not just some monster in the background, no way. It's basically a cello virtuoso and a core part of the whole island orchestra. So yeah, its main thing is the cello. But this monster is no one-trick pony. Over on Plant Island, it's actually playing 2 parts. It's playing the cello and a double bass part for those deep, low notes. It adds so much richness to the song. And this is where you see just how versatile it is. On Plant Island, it has this sharp, kind of punchy sound that players call a spice attack. It's very staccato. But then you take it over to Tribal Island and its whole style changes. It plays arco, which just means with the bow, for this long, smooth, flowing sound. Totally different vibe. Ever wonder why it sounds so, well, real? It's because the game's composers didn't mess around. They used these super high-quality, professional digital instrument libraries to create the Bowgart sound. That's why you get that rich, authentic orchestral feel that really just anchors the whole song. Okay, so we know it sounds great, but let's get down to business. How does a Bowgart actually help you out on your island? Because it's not just about the music, it's also about making those coins. Right, so here's the deal. A happy monster makes more money. It's that simple. And for the Bowgart, you can get its happiness all the way up to 100%. You just need to place one of each of its 5 favorite things nearby. That includes other monsters like Shrub and Tweedle, and some decorations too. And believe me, the difference is massive. Just look at this. A level 10 Bowgart with 0 happiness, it's making 56 coins a minute. Okay, not bad. But get it to 100% happy, that number literally doubles to 112. So yeah, it absolutely pays off to keep your monsters happy. Oh, and just a quick reminder on logistics, don't forget to plan your island space. Since it's a triple element monster, the Bowgart needs 3 beds and takes up a 2x2 square. So make sure you've got the room. All right, we've covered the gameplay, but now let's get into the really fun stuff. The secrets, the lore, all the little trivia bits that give the Bowgart so much personality. Get this, the Bowgart wasn't always called the Bowgart. Its original name was Toedello. Yeah, really. It was probably a mashup of toe, for its big feet, and cello. So they knew its musical role right from the start. The name they finally landed on, Bowgart, is a pretty clever combination. It takes bow for the cello bow and mashes it with Bowgart, which is this creature from English folklore. It just gives it that perfect monster musician vibe, Here's a fun little tidbit that fans with a keen eye have noticed. In its bio, it says the Bowgart sucks up earth and water to grow those big horns, but the Bowgart doesn't have the earth element. It's this weird little inconsistency that's just kind of been there for years. Pretty funny. And speaking of hidden details, have you ever noticed its overbite? There's a pretty popular fan theory that this is a nod to the classic Hollywood actor Humphrey Bogart. Look at them side by side. I can totally see it. And it's not alone in the monster world either. It's part of a whole family called the Bowhead. In fact, it's related to the 5-element monster Bowhead. And when you think about it, it makes perfect sense. They share the same core elements, they both have 4 arms, and they both play the cello. The family resemblance is definitely there. So, when you put it all together, the unique look, that amazing song it plays, and all the weird little quirks in its lore, what really makes the Bowgart so special? It's that mix of everything, right? The cool design, the essential music it provides, and all these fun little secrets. That's why, in an orchestra full of incredible monsters, the Bowgart is and probably always will be a true standout.